Well, I'm going to make a bunch of people uncomfortable today. Who teaches dentists to dump dental insurance plans? The list is long and unfortunately distinguished. Don't get me wrong. Most of the time, we don't like dealing with dental insurance plans and the reps either. But we are the only major dental consulting company that teaches dentists and their teams to keep those contracts, to keep the insurance plans. Why? Because we know how to be profitable with them, and we begin our podcast right there.
Welcome, all of you fantastic dental podcast listeners, to the My Practice, My Business Dental Podcast Show, where we help dentists profit and thrive with excerpts from the clinical business of dentistry training here at My Practice, My Business. We'll be addressing and answering questions with current trends dentists and their teams face each and every day in their pursuit of this wonderful career we call dentistry. And now the host of our show, the clinical director and president at My Practice, My Business, Dr. Rob Thorup.
There's an old saying that when you talk in front of an audience, there's a talk that you prepared, there's a talk that you gave, and then there's a talk that you wish you would have given. You know, I could take and emphasize that all throughout this whole podcast. Well, let me, please humor me. Allow me to tell each of you who I think these teachers of dump dental plans really are. Number one, they're individuals who have more than likely never read a PPO contract cover to cover in their entire lives. That would require a lot of effort, wouldn't it? And heaven forbid they would engage in such investigative work. They remind me of today's news journalists who would rather emphasize misinformation than truths. These consultants teach off the verbiage of others who don't know a darn thing about these PPO contracts instead of doing their own research and reporting on facts. Well, my friends, here's a simple fact. I take 28 PPO plans in my practice, and I am very profitable with all of them. Surprised? In fact, I've been profitable on all of them since 1991, where the regional manager of Blue Cross Blue Shield taught me how to be profitable with them. What? A member of the enemy? That's right. That regional manager, Mary, taught me more business principles and skills than I could ever repay her for. It's amazing what a little kindness can do with these insurance reps, and especially when you ask the right questions. I'm almost as profitable on them as I am my fee-for-service patients. That should be even a bigger surprise. Oftentimes, when I run practice analysis reports from other practices just prior to them taking our team or office manager front office training, I find I'm more profitable on many procedures with my PPO patients than they are with their fee-for-service patients. Why, you might ask? Because they've never been taught how to set those fee-for-service fees. Instead, they just get them from fee surveys from dental supply companies. And where do the dental supplies? Are you starting to see this picture more clearly? In addition, I've been teaching dental teams since 2006 how to be profitable on their PPO plans. I've taught them about the content of their PPO contracts, and I've shown them the verbiage right in the contracts where they can be profitable with them, ethically, legally, morally, just like any prudent business owner would and should be. Well, number two, who are these people? They're individuals who have more than likely never read the ADA CDT code book cover to cover. You know, the thing that we use for all of our codes, let alone comprehended it. Instead, they rely on the interpretation of the ADA CDT codebook by others. What could possibly go wrong with that? How's that been working out for you so far? I promise you've been writing off charges that you never had to by listening to these others. Many of these other people never took a PPO plan in their entire practicing career. Others have just been left to the dictates of the insurance reps for interpretation of the CDT codes. Let's learn from the insurance companies what to do with the codes. Jeez, that's just plain stupid right there. I can deal with dumb, but I cannot train stupid. These so-called consultants are giving advice on coding with PPO plans when they themselves are not masters of the codes. Yet the large majority of all of you dentists and your teams fall prey to these people each and every year. Number 3, they're individuals who have more than likely never read their state laws governing dental insurance contracts and how those laws apply to billing PPO contracted patients. Let me take it one more step forward. They never even knew there were state laws that govern the actions of PPO contracts and how they could bill their patients more fairly for the services they provide with those said laws. That's troubling to me. As your colleague, my friends, that just simply bugs me to no end. What's worse is when consultants interpret state laws incorrectly. I can't tell you how many times I've dealt with that minor problem. Number 4, they're individuals who have more than likely never acquired a business degree, let alone an MBA or higher. They tend to be people who love the sound of dump your dental insurance plans instead of, how about get a business degree? So you can actually give a sound business advice as a dental consultant. That'll prevent dentists from filing bankruptcy because of the faulty misinformation that they give them if they actually had some business training. I've seen so many good dentists follow the advice from consultants who say, dump all your dental plans, only to lose everything they ever had. I've seen the tagline throughout the years go from dump your dental plans to it's changed to dump your worst dental plans. And now it's moved to slowly remove dental plans until you become a complete fee-for-service dentist. You guys, this ideology has worked in some segments of the nation. It hardly works for dentists in states that are inundated with PPO plans. Don't buy it. All 4 of these points that I just talked about are not found here in our company, My Practice, My Business. You'll hear me, maybe I should just say, at MPMB, and that's My Practice, My Business, you'll hear me refer to it like that, we teach in exactly the opposite direction from the status quo on dental plans I've just described. For example, on point number 1, we here at MPMB read, study, digest, and dream about the contracts that we and our clients take each and every day. And this is precisely why we're able to battle the major dental insurance players and win with our new Utah law that's been named the Dental Leasing, Downcoding, and Bundling Protections Law. This is the most powerful dental law that I've seen to date in the nation. I'm absolutely dumbfounded, though, why it is taking other state dental associations so long to copy it and get it passed within their own states. Or one better, seeing other states improve on our law from where we have it. How awesome would that be? We would love for your state, if you're not in Utah, to make our law even better. Because then we'd go back to our Capitol Hill and copy what you've done. On point number 2, not only do we study that CDT codebook from our beloved ADA here at MPMB, but we are currently battling the ADA to change certain verbiage in the CDT codebook. We've got all of our paperwork is in for the ADA coding team to look at to remove that verbiage in the CDT codebooks. The ADA considers bundling of procedures to be potentially fraudulent, yet they are promoting bundling in certain segments of their CDT codebook. That's unbelievable. Most of the books that provide so-called interpretations of the CDT codebook are so full of crap. They're oftentimes written by ghostwriters, or they contain some layperson's interpretation of what the codes mean. And they're oftentimes flat out wrong. Docs, listen to what I'm going to say here. Your interpretation of the CDT codebook is oftentimes better than theirs. Trust your instincts. Stick with the ADA CDT companion book. That's a good place to be. Buy the CDT codebook, buy the CDT companion book. Heaven forbid that I just promoted something from the ADA. Don't judge me. But it's way more accurate. And yes, I did just promote something from the ADA. Oh my gosh. Look to the east. Anyway, on point number 3, I rarely find a person who even knew they that they had state laws that governed or limited dental plans from allowing us to be paid fairly for the services we provide. How does this happen? Why are these laws not being taught at every dental convention? It's simple to me. It's because I believe that the associations in your states, your leaders in those dental associations, fear the insurance players. And they don't want to rock the boat. And from simple observation, they do not know the practical application of the laws they see passed in their own states that they already have. That's not the case with us here at MPMB. We pass state laws and teach our clients and non-clients how to apply the laws we pass. All of your state dental associations need to look to the Utah Dental Association's executive director, because this guy with us, he works hard to help us get these laws passed, and he is not afraid to go up against these insurance companies. They should just call him. If your state dental association has a lame executive director, take charge, docs. They work for you. You don't work for them. And get them going. Have them call our guy. It'll be the best thing you did. On point number 4, I'm just going to say this. If you keep allowing the same people to teach you the same antiquated, status quo, non-business nonsense, you are going to continue to get the same results you've always gotten, right? You will continue to complain about PPO plans and their lack of reimbursement and your lack of wages and you and your team's lack of wages and cramming the schedules and cost of supplies and cost of labs and backaches and neck aches and butt aches and everything else in your life. You will continue to complain. Dental teams who train with us have only one complaint, and it's the same complaint we've heard from our clients for years. And it goes like this. Why didn't I train with MPMB sooner? Or the other one I see is, I'm an idiot for not training with you guys years ago. It's okay. We love earning the trust of our clients. And the old saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears, that has real meaning to us here at MPMB. Well, I want to finish with an article I read in one of dentistry's leading publications, a publication that I am losing more and more faith in each and every month that goes by. I just don't have a lot of respect for it from some of the articles that I see come out. It's really embarrassing. And it was titled, Freedom, 4 Steps to Reduce Insurance Dependence. It's very similar to so many articles that we've seen over the years by people propagating get rid of your insurances. Well, this author, in step 1 to freedom, he said the step 1 that you need to do first is evaluate your practice. And it went into a long list of things to look at, which were pretty good. It was suggested to eliminate plans that reimburse poorly. Honestly, wow, that's a big news alert. They all reimburse poorly, right? That's why the only answer to other consultants and thought leaders is to drop the plans. But when you have MPMB training on the points we've already talked about, it becomes a non-issue when it comes to dropping most dental insurance plans. We teach our clients to keep them. Why? Again, because you can be profitable on most procedures with nearly all dental plans. I know that sounds crazy, but it's just factual truth. Again, it's a business thing, not an emotional dental consultant talking point to drop the plans thinking. Hence the name of our company, My Practice, My Business. Hence the name of our training, The Clinical Business of Dentistry. We teach business skills with instructors who have real business and dental degrees and real-world dental experience with PPO plans and dental coding and changing state laws and understanding state laws. Big difference. Step 2 was, in the article, is decide on the plans to drop. And it mentions that you will lose patients and to drop dental plans gradually. Once again, there are very few PPO plans that have absolutely terrible reimbursements. Don't sign up for those that do have terrible reimbursements. That's like a no-brainer, right? It's that simple. Now then, keep your plans, keep your good plans, which makes up the majority of them, and train with us so we can show you how to be profitable with them. For those of you listening who trained with us years ago, take the refresher training to sharpen your skills if they need sharpening. You'd be surprised what's new with our training since you took it years ago, and how many other ideas you will pick up on to increase net revenues. Here at My Practice, My Business, you guys, we are constantly learning and improving on what we do. We love that thought leadership. That status quo does not exist in our company. We hate the status quo, and neither should it be in any of your dental offices or with you, doc, or with any team member. Step 3 was, now that you've evaluated them, step 3 was drop them. Okay? They go into patient attrition and how to mitigate it. Now then, all you office managers out there listening, you're going to totally connect with me here. Delta Dental is notorious in immediately sending out letters to their clients who used to see you as their dental provider until you drop them. They immediately give their clients all the Delta Dental providers that are near your office when you drop them. And the article suggests you get ahead of this and tell your patients why you are dropping their dental insurance, that you will no longer be a provider, but that they can still come to you even though you are out of network. Well, news alert. You will lose a large majority of those insured patients to other providers, and I do mean the large majority. Why? Because they're not going to come to you when they can see the neighbor dentist down the street who takes their plan, and it's absolutely written in the contract that it's going to be 40% less, or written in the letter from Delta, that seeing them is going to be 40% less than going to you. It's just simple economics. No matter how wonderful you are, patients are a little, they make choices based on emotion, and Delta plays into that emotion. And now for my favorite, step 4 in the article, which I got to hand it to this author for saying this. And step 4 was mitigate the damage. At least that author's being honest. If you are in a moderate to heavily engaged PPO area of the country, you will experience damage to your practice in the form of lost gross revenue. Most dental practices who follow these consultants that teach drop the PPO plans find themselves quickly signing back up for those plans that they were persuaded to drop. Those practices quickly experience major reductions in production and beg the dental insurance reps to reinstate them as a provider while they're trying to stay afloat with those losses in production. I've seen that over and over and over again. I'm going to go back to my original 4 points and flat out say that here at MPMB, we have mastered these topics, but in a very different business-minded way. We know dental insurance contracts. We know state laws. We know the CDT codes, and our team is actually made up of individuals who have what I call real business degrees from accredited institutions, let alone dental degrees. In addition, we have real-world dental experience with insurance companies and the passing of state laws that protect dentists and their patients they serve. Offices who train with us, they do not dump their dental plans and lose their patient bases. They don't hire out people to negotiate new or ongoing PPO contract reimbursements because we teach them how to do it in office. It's easy to do. And they also learn that sending in their fee-for-service fees has nothing to do with the contracted fees they receive. What? Oh my gosh, we're like one of the few entities out there that actually knows the truth about that, and we don't propagate the misinformation of why you should send in your fee-for-service fees. That's a whole nother topic I'm going to hit on another podcast down the road. And it's when you're doing these things and negotiating with the insurance companies, it's better if you have control while you're doing it instead of hiring it out. Our clients learn these skills and so dang much more in our MPMB Clinical Business of Dentistry Office Manager Front Office Training. What's more, they become more profitable with our MPMB Clinical Business of Dentistry Team and Office Manager Front Office Training than any other dental consulting training in the dental industry. I'm proud to make that statement. It is 100% factual. It's just truth. And we're unapologetic about it. And those are the words and literal experiences of our clients who have engaged in our trainings, who have taken other trainings. Those aren't our words. We're just proud to repeat what they have taught us. Is there a better way to increase net revenue with the need-based dentistry you do every day that doesn't include mitigating damage from dropping dental insurance plans? Absolutely. And at MPMB here, we have that answer. We've had that answer since 1991, and we've been training practices with these business skills since 2006. Why didn't we start training offices sooner than 2006? I get asked that question. I first thought that everyone knew what I knew. Then when I tried teaching what I knew, I got shot down by nearly everyone. You know, the office manager extraordinaires, the ever business-minded, MBA dentists. Yeah, they're like unicorns. Then two bad economic downturns brought people out of the butt cracks, and they began asking me to teach them what I tried to teach them back in the 90s. Like I said, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And many of you are feeling the pain of running your dental businesses, meaning you simply have seen your personal incomes and the incomes of your team steadily drop over the years. Please let us help you. And when I mean drop over the years, I mean if you haven't been giving yourself and your team raises with the standard of living increases, then yeah, that means you're going backwards. So stop listening to people who teach things that are beyond their scope. Stop listening to people who tell you the DSO world is so much better, because it's not, definitely not for everybody. You owe it to yourself to call and stop losing money each and every month that could be going on to new equipment, office upgrades, your wages, bonusing your team, retirement plans, and so many other things that we need as small business owners. Owning your own business is so much better than working for someone else. So, who teaches dentists to drop PPO plans? It's very simple. Individuals who don't know what they don't know. Do not drop the PPO plans in your office. Contact us here at MPMB and learn to work with the PPO insurance companies. Learn to be profitable with them and learn business skills with your entire team that will help you reclaim forgotten profitability in your dental practice. Best of all, our trainings are guaranteed, meaning if you don't increase in net revenue off of very specific codes you currently had no idea you could charge for, that we teach you about, we don't make a dang thing. You pay us $199 per month for My Dental Docs, which is our amazing patent-pending case presentation application, which we teach you on, which our clients absolutely love. Then you pay 20% of a very specific trackable increase up to our total tuition amount, and that's it. My Dental Docs is continuous. The tuition ends when the tuition is paid. We do not make our total tuition unless you make well over $150,000. In other words, we don't get paid unless you produce it. We call that dental consulting the way it should be. That's how I wish that I could have paid for consultants years ago, but yeah, they don't make that guarantee. In addition, Doc, we teach you and your dental team how to simplify your jobs so that you can enjoy life. Just got 2 more phone calls this week from our docs and their teams saying, oh my gosh, we don't have to cram the schedule anymore. We can actually produce the quality dentistry that we've dreamed of with PPO plans and our fee-for-service patients. It's unbelievably great. Well, you guys, great leaders don't resist or fear change. They embrace it. They even initiate it. Be that dental leader and make that call to us here at MPMB. I promise you, it will be the best business decision you make in your entire dental career. We look forward to serving you and your team in the wonderful world of dentistry.
Thank you for being with us today. Since 2006, My Practice, My Business has been teaching dentists and their teams business skills, dental insurance contractual protocols, and state laws governing how to profitably bill patients fairly for the need-based services they provide. What's more, we guarantee our training, unlike other dental consulting companies in the industry. Simply stated, if you don't increase your net revenue, we don't get paid. We call it dental consulting the way it should be. We believe there's never been a more important time than now for dentists to experience and implement our key methods, knowledge, and business training within their dental practices. To learn more about our guaranteed, no-risk clinical business of dentistry training that is changing dental practices for the better, just go to our website, mypracticemybusiness.com, and surf our pages for additional information about our company and the services we provide. When you're ready, give us a call and get scheduled for the most profitable dental business training that you will ever experience. If you enjoyed our podcast, please leave us a 5-star review. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call us. Thank you again and have a fantastic day.